Hello and welcome to Bits and Pieces by Peg. Today we did the live show for Art Joy of Sharing. That's another channel where Chelsea and I do a weekly live show on YouTube. And today we were talking about making your mark in art. I am here making a foam stamp out of kids stuff that you get from Walmart, and going to use that to create with. But it's all about making things your own. We can purchase stamps and we can purchase stencils and we can do all kinds of things, but today we're talking about making your own mark and using your own hand in your art. It's important to develop your own style. And one of the things that I hear from our audience and the people that watch our show is that even though Shell and I are doing the same thing and we collaborate on the same thing, we have our own style and we do things our own way. So here I'm showing just using some spray paint for the backgrounds, and here's a sponge roller that I picked up from Walmart, and these are some other stamps that I had made just out of the foam. And I'm going to use these tools to create my marks on the page. These are some brushes that I can dry brush with. They're just cheap supplies from Walmart. You don't have to spend a lot of money to create. These little paint pots are paints that I picked up from a clearance aisle at Target. So I liked the springy, you know, I'm into the bright colors in spring now because spring has finally arrived here. We are 89 degrees here today, which is a big change from what we've had. And yeah, and it's still even crazy out east. So you can see I'm just dry brushing, and then I'm using that paint that's still wet on the paper to transfer to another piece and get that texture going. And then, I'll use a piece of paper to mop it up off of my craft mat and move it around and, move on to the next color. Now this time I'm going to use a Deco Art Hansa Yellow and this sponge roller, brayer, roller, whatever you want to call it, that I picked up from Walmart. And this works just great. This is the rubber stamp that I made from the foam rubber that I got in the kids section or in the craft section from any craft store or Walmart or just about anywhere you can get this. But you can see I'm making my marks. I'm making marks that are individual to me because nobody else has this stamp. This is my stamp. I created it. And it's not going to look like anything that anybody else is doing. I like geographic shapes, and so, I picked up these stars. I've got triangles and circles and rectangles and all that sort of thing. But yeah, I'm just continuing to layer these papers. What I'm going to do is create some pages that I can use next month in my art, because we're going to have a month-long challenge doing artist trading cards, and so I want to be prepared for that. So you can see I'm just building up layers. Here's another layer of paint that I had put down on some rice paper, and I ran it through the Xyron so that it's got sticky back, and I can cut that into pieces and start my collaging, because what I want to do is just, this is going to be quite a busy piece of paper that I'm collaging on, because it's going to become those artist trading cards. And so I'm just showing different tools that you can use to apply inks and paints with. Here I'm cutting down those strips and squares and rectangles to apply to this background paper. And then last week we were talking about neutrals and how those neutrals really make those bright colors sing. So it's the contrast, you know, it's the yin and yang, the difference between the bright pops of color and the neutral colors that really keep it interesting, that keeps your eye moving around. So I'm going to cut some of that up and, you know, just get out my glue stick, glue things down, and continue to layer the papers as the first layer of the collage of, this is kind of like making a masterboard. You want to continue to create your background. So once I'm satisfied with the paper layers that I have down, I'm going to go back to using some of those mark making tools. And I have all kinds of things saved. I've, you know, got my own stash of stamps and lids and sponges and bubble wrap, and, you know, you can use just about anything you can think of. We were talking about Q-tips and skewers and those dot making tools that you have from, what do they call it, a stylist? So I'm getting out some of those types of tools and applying some more paint. And what this does is it kind of pulls together those patches, the patchwork that I've created. Now remember, this is going to get very busy because I'm going to cut this up into ATC size pieces, which is 2.5 by 3.5 inches. And then I will mount those pieces onto other cardstock. But right now I'm just creating the board, the board that's going to get cut up. So I get out some stamps and some ink and put the stamping around in various places. And then I'm going to get my pens, because you want to do a little pen work on there too. Now, this is very wet, and you kill pens when you're working on very wet stuff. And I can see right away that that pen was not going to work, so I reach for my Posca, because Posca pens are paint pens, and they will write over just about anything. And I've got wet paint here. You know, even if it is wet and I dip into it, it's just going to make a gray color instead of stopping, which I was getting with the inks. It was just going to clog up my pen. So anyway, that's about it. Shell and I had a great time playing around, putting our marks on these papers. And if you haven't seen what Shell did, go over and watch the live. We do keep a copy of it out there for you to watch. And we hope you come and join us on Art Joy of Sharing, which is a Facebook group. So I'll see you again next time, guys. Thanks for stopping by, and enjoy this weather. Happy spring. Bye for now.